Tonight, a search for the killer of a woman found dead in a car on the Cross County Parkway in Westchester County.
Yeah, police say 33-year-old Ariela Polanco had been shot several times. Her body was discovered Sunday morning. She was a nightlife influencer with 500,000 followers.
And tonight, those followers are hoping investigators are successful in their efforts to figure out who killed her and why.
Here's Omni News reporter Anthony Carlo.
Opus Lounge on West 202nd Street, typically bursting at the seams with nightlife, is dealing with the loss of life today. Co-workers remember Ariela Polanco the way she was in this portrait, part of a memorial outside.
Happy, yeah. All the time, she is happy.
She's beautiful. She was beautiful. Beautiful. Pretty.
Known as ArielaLaLangosta on social media, it's that kind of admiration that attracted more than 500,000 followers. Her notoriety as an influencer naturally brought about shock with her death, especially in her community. Cardi B posting R.I.P. Dominican Pretty.
That's what it really hurts, Dominican, very beautiful. Such a thing like this, very, very sad.
It was Sunday morning at around 8 o'clock. Westchester County Police showed up to a grisly scene on the Cross County Parkway near the Broad Street Mount Vernon exit. Polanco was found dead behind the wheel of her G-Wagon, shot multiple times. She was headed home from work at Icon, New York in Inwood. The Lounge writing in part, "Our hearts are broken. Your joy, your humility, and the way you treated everyone with so much care always made you stand out." Police are investigating this as a targeted killing, not random, but investigators are trying to figure out who wanted the influencer dead and why. Polanco's family tells us the 33-year-old was a great daughter and mother who leaves behind 2 children, ages 13 and 14.
New York City, a place known for its bright lights, fast pace, and endless nightlife, has recently been shaken by a crime that feels more like a movie than reality. At the center of it all is Ariela Polanco, better known online as ArielaLaLangosta. She wasn't just another face on Instagram, she was an up-and-coming influencer with thousands of fans, a nightlife promoter, and a young woman who often found herself around celebrities, including the controversial rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. But Ariela's glamorous image came crashing down in the most tragic way. She was discovered dead inside her car on the Cross County Parkway, her body riddled with bullets. Police didn't hesitate to call it what it was, a targeted hit. The big question now is, why was she killed, and who was behind it? Was Ariela's death the result of secrets she carried from her past, or was it tied to the company she kept? Either way, her story takes us on a journey from glitz and luxury to the dark and dangerous underworld few get to see. Investigators say Ariela wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong time, she was hunted. Months before her death, she was proudly showing off her latest achievement, a brand new car, something she called a sign of growth and independence. To her followers, it looked like she was stepping into her prime. But cruelly, that same car became her grave, the very place her life ended in a violent hail of gunfire. To understand this shocking case, we need to look at the people connected to it. Ariela, originally from the Dominican Republic, had built a reputation as someone who lived boldly, dressed loudly, and spoke her mind. On Instagram, she looked unstoppable. But behind the screen, she had ties to people with dangerous reputations, and sometimes lived just as recklessly as the world she brushed against. And then there's Daniel Hernandez, better known as Tekashi 6ix9ine. His name has always brought chaos. Once one of the most talked about rappers in the world, he rose to fame with rainbow-colored hair, shocking stunts, and hard-hitting lyrics that grabbed headlines everywhere. But his fame came with a price, and behind the spotlight was a much darker reality. Tekashi wasn't just known for his music. He was also deeply tied to one of New York's most dangerous gangs, the 9 Trey Gangster Bloods. For a while, he lived that life proudly. He showed off stacks of cash, bragged about violence in his songs, and kept gang members around him as both friends and bodyguards. But everything came crashing down in 2018. Tekashi was arrested on a long list of charges: racketeering, weapons possession, and drug-related crimes. With decades of prison time staring him in the face, he made a decision that would change how the world, and especially the streets, would see him forever. He agreed to work with federal prosecutors. In one of the most publicized trials in hip-hop history, Tekashi took the witness stand and testified against members of his own crew. He exposed names, broke down gang operations, and gave the government an inside look at how 6ix9ine worked. His testimony helped lock up several dangerous figures. But it came with a heavy price. In street culture, Tekashi was now branded as a snitch, a label that carries serious and lasting danger. By turning against the very gang that once protected him, Tekashi marked himself as a man who would never be safe again. And Ariela's connection to him only deepened the danger. She wasn't just an acquaintance, she showed up in his 2023 music video, and her name was even tied to testimony in a past case involving the same gang. That raises a chilling question: was Ariela's murder the price of being close to Tekashi, caught in the fallout of a feud that never truly died? At the center of it all looms the 6ix9ine Gangster Bloods. A crew that built its reputation on fear, violence, and loyalty. Even after years and multiple convictions, one rule still echoes in the streets: betrayal is never forgotten. Ariela's killing carries every sign of being a warning, a message written in blood. But was this really gang retaliation, or something more personal? Could it have been fueled by envy and rivalries in the nightlife world she thrived in? What's certain is this: Ariela moved in circles where loyalty and danger lived side by side. And in that world, one wrong move, or even one wrong connection, could turn deadly. Whispers are spreading. Some say jealous competitors in the nightlife scene wanted her gone. Others believe she was pulled back into the shadows of gang politics, with her past finally catching up to her. Yet, despite the theories, no suspects have been named. And that silence is perhaps the most haunting part of her story. To her followers, Ariela was glamorous, confident, and successful. To her friends, she was a hustler who knew how to survive. But to the people who ended her life, she was nothing more than a target. As detectives continue to peel back the layers, one truth stands out: Ariela Polanco's death isn't just the story of an influencer taken too soon. It's a reminder of what happens when fame, street rivalries, and dangerous loyalties crash into each other. So, what do you think? Was Ariela's death connected to her past testimony against the gang? Or was being close to Tekashi 6ix9ine enough to make her a target? Share your thoughts in the comments, I'll be checking them out. And remember, in today's world, every post, every connection, and every choice comes with consequences. Ariela's story is a chilling reminder of just how thin the line can be between fame and fatal danger. This is the True Crime Journal. Stay safe, stay aware, and never forget: the streets never forgive, and they never forget.